Hello everyone, my name is Palki Jain from Vidyanan Online, and if you haven't subscribed to our channel, then consider it right away. So in the last section 1.2 we studied about the properties of acid. Now in this section 1.3 we're gonna study about properties of base. So let's start with that. Okay, so what do you think? What are they? What are bases? So bases are just about as common as acids, but they are certainly less known. For example, you start with your day with a toothpaste, and this toothpaste is a base. It contains sodium fluoride, which is a base. Talking about soaps, again, the soap consists of sodium hydroxide, which is a base. Now, the soap is slippery in touch, and this is the property of a base. All the bases are actually slippery in touch. Next, now this is what? This is sodium bicarbonate, which is commonly known as baking soda, and it is also a base. Talking about this is milk of magnesia. Actually, it is very bitter, and its chemical formula is magnesium hydroxide. Now, magnesium hydroxide, like any other base, is bitter in taste. So since we have to intake it, that is why sweeteners are added so that it gets a good taste. Next is calcium hydroxide, which is also called slaked lime. So we have studied about slaked lime in a chapter 1 also. Calcium hydroxide or slaked lime is also a base. Talking about ammonia, which is used as a fertilizer and also as a cleansing agent, is also next. The base is also used for making batteries, for making alkaline batteries, and the major base which is used is potassium hydroxide. Now, this is something which we eat, and this is bitter gourd. So bitter gourd is also basic in nature, and I don't need to tell you that its taste is, yes, very bitter. So what can we say about the properties of base? So bases are bitter in taste. So every base is bitter in taste. Next is they are soapy in touch. For example, if you rub a drop of sodium hydroxide solution between the tips of your fingers, they will soon begin to feel soapy. Next is, like acids, bases are also electrolytes. So bases are also good conductor of electricity. So weak base are weak electrolytes, whereas the strong base are strong electrolytes. So basically, whenever the base dissociates in water, it gives out a positive ion and hydroxide ion. So due to the presence of these ions, the solution of bases conducts electricity. Next, strong bases are corrosive in nature. So likewise, acid bases are also corrosive in nature. Sodium hydroxide, also known as lye, and potassium hydroxide are most corrosive of all bases. They generate significant amount of heat when diluted and are extremely alkaline. Next, they turn red litmus paper to blue. So if you see here, we have a red litmus paper here, right? And when it is dipped in a base, so here the solution consists of sodium hydroxide, which is a base. So when this red color strip is dipped into the solution, so the color is changed from red to blue, which indicates that it is a base. Now let us see the mnemonic to learn this. So for base, you need to understand that base is red to blue. So it is BRB for base. So base turns red litmus paper to blue. Whereas for acid, it is ABR. That is, acids turn blue litmus paper to red. Yes, now this is one of the most important topic of this session. It says that when bases reacts with metal, it forms salt along with the liberation of hydrogen gas. For an example, if I talk about a base which is sodium hydroxide and it is reacting with a metal which is zinc. Now tell me one thing, will it be a displacement reaction? So you would say that zinc cannot displace sodium because sodium is more reactive than zinc and hence the reaction will not take place. But you are wrong. Actually, in this case, the metal oxide, that is the zinc oxide, which is ZnO2, behave as an anion, which is -2. Now you would be thinking why it is behaving as anion. So let me tell you that zinc oxide is basically amphoteric in nature. Amphoteric. So what is amphoteric? We'll understand about this more in the coming chapter, metals and non-metals. But for now, let me tell you that zinc oxide can act both as a base as well as an acid. So here the zinc oxide actually acts as an anion and it reacts with a sodium cation. So what happens is you have Na plus 1 and ZnO2 minus 2. Now when they will combine with each other, it will form sodium zincate and the formula comes out to be Na2ZnO2 along with the liberation of hydrogen gas. So there is one more element which is aluminium, whose oxide is also an amphoteric oxide. So basically aluminium and zinc can react with base in order to form salt and hydrogen gas. And not all metals reacts with base in order to form salt and hydrogen gas. So this is one of the most important equation of this chapter. So this is sodium zincate. Okay. And if somebody asks you the logic behind this reaction, then you will have to say that zinc metal is present as a part of negative ion called zincate ion, and it reacts with sodium, which is a cation, in order to form sodium zincate along with the liberation of hydrogen gas. Next, again a very important reaction, which is neutralization reaction. So here what we say is whenever a base reacts with acid, it forms salt and water. Okay, for an example, if I talk about base as NaOH and it is reacting with acid, which is HCl. Now what will happen is sodium will combine with Cl in order to form sodium chloride, whereas H will combine with OH in order to form water. Okay, so basically whenever a base gets dissolved in water, it gives you OH minus ion, whereas whenever an acid is dissolved in water, it gives you H plus ions. So when this H plus and OH minus ions, they combine with each other, they negate each other's effect, and that is why you get a neutral water. Okay. Now here this NaCl is also neutral. It is a neutral salt. Now let me tell you, not every time you get a neutral salt. It depends upon the concentration of H plus ions and OH minus ions in the solution, which determines that whether the salt will be neutral, acidic or basic. We will study about this more in the later section. For now, let me tell you that this NaCl is neutral because whenever you will dissolve it in water, it will neither give you H plus ions nor it will give you OH minus ions, and that is why we will say NaCl is a neutral salt. Okay. So this whole reaction is a neutralization reaction. Now suppose I ask you a question that there is a compound X which is reacting with an acid which is HCl in order to give you a salt and a water. So if I ask you what could be this X compound, now you will see the product. The product is a salt and water and you have acid here. That means it is for sure a base here. So you can mention any base in order to have this reaction done. Okay. Now the last reaction, which says that bases reacts with non-metal oxides in order to form salt and water. Now non-metallic oxides are always acidic in nature. Okay, this is something which we are going to study in chapters metals and non-metals. For now, understand this, that when a base will react with an acidic compound which is actually an acid, then again what it will give? It will give you salt along with water, and again it will become a neutral reaction. For example, let us now take the base as calcium hydroxide, which is also called slake lime. And we need to see the non-metal oxide. So we know that carbon is a non-metal, and when it will react with oxygen, it will form carbon dioxide. So let us write here carbon dioxide in place of acid, because this carbon dioxide is basically a non-metal oxide, and non-metal oxides are acidic in behavior. So whenever they react with each other, what will happen? It will form a salt, which is calcium carbonate, along with the liberation of water, H2O. Okay. So we are done with this concept of properties of bases. Now let us just summarize this session. Now let us do the quick revision of it. So far we have studied that bases are bitter in taste. Number 2, they turn red litmus to blue. For this we have learned the mnemonic BRB. Bases turn red litmus to blue. Okay, B to B. Okay. Next is conducts electricity. So like acids, bases also conduct electricity. Weak acids are weak electrolyte, whereas strong acids are strong electrolytes. Next, like acids, they also have corrosive nature. So this is one of the most important reaction here, that whenever a base reacts with metal, it forms a salt and hydrogen gas. For this we have taken the equation sodium hydroxide reacting with zinc in order to form sodium zincate along with the liberation of hydrogen gas. Next, we studied about that when acid reacts with base, it forms salt in water, and this is called neutralization reaction. And also that base reacts with non-metal oxide in order to form salt and water. This is because non-metal oxides acts as acidic oxides, and that is why acid and base combines to form salt and water. So congratulations, you have completed this section. Now we are going to start with another section 2, in which we are going to study about pH and also indicators. So to get a notification for this, do click on the bell icon. Till then, bye bye and take care of yourself.